Hi, this is Cheryl back with you from Farmhouse Frugally. Thanks for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, you will find many crafts, some furniture flips, a bunch of awesome dump hauls, and trash to treasures from those items. Today I'm going to decorate 4 grapevine wreaths. If you want to know how to make your own grapevine wreath rather than purchasing one, here's a link I found on Pinterest. My sister-in-law had given me a number of these, like maybe 12 or 15 of them, a couple large and a bunch of small ones. And so I decided that I wanted to go ahead and put some of these in my upcoming sale. But also my sister has a family friend who moved across the street from her condo and had a new baby. And so she hasn't had time to do anything for decor. And I thought I would make her a little housewarming wreath for her front door. Her home is a tan color with a raspberry door, and so I thought I would go through my stash and see if I could come up with something and send that over. Now, 90% of the flowers that I'm going to be using on these wreaths are from the dollar store. Or the Dollar Tree in my area. So you are going to be able to purchase these for very little money. And I just went ahead and stuck these white florals with the little green, almost fern looking pieces right into that to get a feel for how I wanted that to go. And then I love these little raspberry daisies. They almost look like an echinacea flower. And I had a couple of those left over from a project I made last year. And that's what gave me the inspiration for this wreath because of her door color matching this perfectly. Now I am using the hot glue gun here to get some of these flowers put in there because I want this obviously to stay on her door. So I do go back and glue all of these pieces in as well. In today's wreaths, rather than filling the entire circle of the wreath, I am many times just putting a half wreath or a swag feel on these. But you can certainly fill this whole thing if you want. But I thought I would show you some of these to use a few less flowers for one thing. And you can hang it one way or the other. You can actually hang it with the flowers on the top or on the side or on the bottom. So it can be very versatile depending upon what else you might add to them. Take note of the Band-Aid here. I did burn myself. I forgot to change my hot glue gun to the lower temp. So definitely do that. And then I thought it needed a little bit more on each side. So I took another one of those little white and green ones and bent that a little bit to sort of make it go around the wreath and then just put those in. Now I wish that I had the perfect ribbon to put on this and I did not, nor did I have time to get any before I was going to see my sister to deliver this. So I had to use whatever I had and I just made a quick little bow and stuck it on the top. So here's that first one, very quick, very easy, very simple. And I think this is the most simple one that I make today. But I think that it came out sweet for her. Hopefully she will like it. And then we will move on to the second one for fall. Now I bought these flowers yesterday, so they do have them right now, and I love these two colors together. So hopefully you'll have them at your local Dollar Tree if you like this combination as well. Now I did a very similar style in this one where I took off the green and slide up the leaves, clip it off, and stick it right in. Now, I don't mind not gluing when it's not a gift because I can pull these out and reuse them for another season or keep the green ones in and maybe switch out the reddish orange for a pink color rather than have to buy new ones or waste them or whatever if I just want to switch out seasons. So if it's for yourself, I highly recommend that because the grapevine is pretty stiff, and at least these ones that I have, they're not going to fall right out. That's definitely in there pretty good. I just played with this until I had whatever I needed to get the green filled on both sides of the bottom, and then did a similar thing with the smaller reddish ones, just filling those in. And I love this color combination for fall. It is so pretty. Let me know what you think of that combination. Here I just found one more flower in that color tone, and I just kind of added it. It's a little offset here, not exactly perfectly symmetrical, and I kind of liked that idea because real flowers in a real garden don't grow perfect, and sometimes it's nice to give a little weight to one side or another, or sometimes I'll run, a vine or something up one side. Just added a little bit of wire to the back of that to hang that, and all set. Beautiful. So this cost me about $2 to make, since I had free forms. If you had to make your own form, again, free, but if you had to buy it, you're obviously going to have to add that cost in. But I can easily sell this for $8-10. This is a small wreath. It would be great to add some tags, a big huge bow on the top, anything. So versatile. Taking me on to number 3. Now I'm going to use some leaves, also from the dollar store, and some of the yellow daisies with brown centers like black-eyed Susans. So I'm doing the same thing with the leaves, laying those out, sticking those in, laying the yellow ones on top of that, and then just playing with that to get a similar feel. But I do go with the hot glue gun and make sure that the leaves are laying flat the way that I want them to against this grapevine wreath, because they continued to curl up, and I think that definitely helped to get that to lay the way that I wanted it to lay. And I love this. It's definitely very fall, especially in New England where we have so many of these beautiful foliage colors. I put a couple more of those black-eyed Susan near the tops of the leaves, and then I had these little mums, so I just pulled one mum off, and I thought the color combination was perfect for that. Added that to the center bottom, and then I decided I did want to go up one more level. So those black-eyed Susans, there was a couple of them that had a little green sticking out of them, and then I went ahead, glued everything down, put a hanger on the back of it, and that was finished. This one has a lot of color. I think it's lovely just the way that it is, and I absolutely love it against this wooden cabinet door that I have in my kitchen. Just looks so beautiful against any wood tones, but this just really popped, and I just love it. So this, I think, is probably my favorite one. Although the last one is Christmassy and is a good runner-up. These flowers, however, did not come from the Dollar Tree. They came from A.C. Moore. I don't know if you have an A.C. Moore near you, but they have gone out of business. And when they went out of business, I got these most spectacular florals, all 3 that I'm going to be using here now, from there for, I believe, $1.75 or $2 a piece. And they were like 4 feet tall. Absolutely spectacular. And I've had them in a tall vase, and just decided that I would like to use at least a couple of them to make a wreath. These are a beautiful blush pink colored berry, and then the most beautiful blush pink poinsettias. I think that this combination is gorgeous. I'm not huge on the traditional red and green Christmas, so for me, something a little bit different is really just my preference. So here I am just adding some of those berries, similarly to the other fall wreath that I made, just layering them on the bottom here, and then putting that poinsettia in the center. Now, I think that this one might be nice upside down, so I might put a hanger on both the top and the bottom so that I can hang it with the flower on top or the flower on bottom. I did add a couple of the poinsettia leaves first, and then put the poinsettia there in the center. And then from the gift wreath that I made, I had a couple of those raspberry daisies left over, and so I decided to pop those in to get a little bit of contrast, and that is finished. Let me know which one of these is your favorite, and please like this video. Take 2 seconds to just hit like for me, please, so that the YouTube algorithm will continue to share these with others. I thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.